7 Linux. This is for Datadog. No firewall from my side at least. Keys which I'm going to share with you. And done. Guys, I now got 7 machines of Linux, and each one of you I will allocate it. Now let me get a Windows 7 machines also. So launch Windows 2000. What do you want? 2019 base. That's okay for you, right? All of you.
Yes.
So 7 machines. I'll go for Windows. One for me. Data. Windows. And no firewall from me side. Launch.
Rajesh, just a small question.
Yeah.
So, is this mandatory to have paid instance, or we can use a T2 micro also for testing purpose?
No, no, no. Same machines right now because agent is very lightweight, no. So you can
Okay.
have any machines. But the problem
Okay.
is you can install the agent in any machines, but
Mm-hmm.
you need to install applications also. So whatever the instances you're going for it, you make sure that you have at least certain CPU and RAM for running that applications. Make sense?
Yes, yes. Actually, I was thinking that it's mandatory to have some big instances, like you have not chosen the free tier one T2 micro. So that's
No,
why.
no, Windows is consuming little CPU, more CPU. That is
Okay.
a so free tier you will not be able to you will be able to do that, but you will feel irritating working over the network internet.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so guys, I got this. This is my Linux machine, and this is my Windows machine, which I'll show you. So this demo is for the Linux and Windows together. Okay, and after this, you have to do that same thing. So please focus on my steps. So first thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to log in to the using putty. So key I'll give you. Don't worry about that. So here, this is the putty. Now I'm going to give you the ppk file also. So IP address which is here, and username for all of us is a CentOS. So here somewhere here I'm going to locate the ppk file. So ppk file I'll share with you. For me it's in my location which is here. So all the keys I'm keeping it here for the training purpose. Done. Accept. And what is username? CentOS. This is the Linux. Now sorry, so if you see that the view for better way, so I'm just improving the appearance. So this is the one. Now you know what, many people don't forget to write a sudo many times for permissions and all. And out of those people, even I am one of them. Okay, because I've got working habit of working with, okay, root user. So got I always tends to forget the sudo command. So what I will do, I'll just do this hyphen sudo hyphen s and become a root. Let's say if you want to run as a root CentOS, and if you don't add a sudo, then you'll have a permission problem and all. So it's up to you which one you want it. Now, then I'm going to show you the demo, but at the same time, Linux and Windows, I'm going to show you the steps. I'm going to share with you the steps also. But the question is, where do you find the steps? So guys, please focus. Anyways, I'm going to show you the demo, but at the same time, I'm going to share with you steps also. So during the demo, if you forget, you can check this out. So here, all of my Datadog tutorials are there. You see that all this Datadog tutorials. So I'll just search Datadog Linux. And here, if you see that, how to install, this is not the one. I'm just searching for it. I think here, this is the configurations Ansible, and I'm looking for it. I'll share the URL for it. So Linux, let's make it agent search. So here it is. So how to install Datadog agent in Ubuntu? This is for Ubuntu. I'm sharing, and this is for Linux CentOS 7, which is here. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so right now I'm doing CentOS, so I will follow the steps. Anyways, you will see that and get started. Okay, so that's one thing. Now, what about Windows? So here you see Datadog window agent setup in Windows step-by-step guide. This is the one. Okay. Now there is one process monitoring also which I'm having, which I'll show you this. So here, how to enable live process monitoring in Datadog agent. This is the stuff. So yeah, these are the stuff which I'll do, and for Linux and Windows. And anyways, you'll see that. Okay, so let's get started with it. First thing, Linux. So I will log into Datadog, and the Datadog website is, I'm just trying to log into it. I've already logged in, so if I click on the login, it will take me to this. Mine, this is the app 6 at the rate of DevOpsSchool.com, and then password. I had logged in actually, don't know how come it got. Okay, so it's not allowing the login because by mistake, if you remember, I got into the 5 right now. All of you remember that?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So now the moment I select the 5, it's already logged into the 5. So remember that this is very important. For all of you, it's a US 1, that's wonderful. And for me, it's a US 5 by mistake. It has happened. It's okay. So what to do now? So guys, I am going to install the agent. Now here you have many options. Don't worry about that. In by end of the day, you'll get comfortable with that. Okay. So here you under the integration, you have an agent. Okay, and this is the same window you get it when you installed first time, when you enrolled first time. So I'm going to install this. So what you want? So CentOS 7 I selected. Now guys, a request for all of you, you will read it and then move on. Don't do it like me, just like I copy code and then run it. Okay, read it and it will build your understanding. This is the latest version of agent which we have, and this is the older version of agent which you have. So remember that this is a 7 version which I am applying. So this code will do everything. So now if I read this code and try to understand this code, okay, here there's some variable is set up in the Linux. Okay, so version is 7. API key I'm not passing it right now. Site is US 5, for you it will be US only alone, and this is the script, web script, which will be downloaded and run. Now without a key, this installation will go into the wake. So one mistake I did it, I did not select the API key. So what is API key? So API key is basically is unique to your account. I repeat, to your account. So this API key, using that only Datadog will come to know what is your account and where it should be, for which account this data should be stored. So this API key, without that you'll not be able to push it. And suddenly if you see that I have selected the API key, one API key got generated, and here this code got modified. So without API key, if you push this, then you are making mistakes. So I did not copy the full. This time I'm making a full copy and done. And this is the command which will not only configure your datadog.yaml file, but install the agent also. So that means everything will be done by this. And after running this command, automatically, okay, you will get the notification saying that, hey, installations has been detected, whatever it is, and run it. That's all. So I do nothing, just run this. You can use any virtual machines, whether it's running in your laptop or AWS or Azure or Google Cloud or VMware or private cloud, public cloud, instructions are same for all the operating system. Okay, so now one thing which you have to understand that agent, the one which you're installing, is running as a DD agent. Please take a note of it. The agent which is being installed is running as a DD agent. So that's important questions while troubleshooting. You'll have to deal with it. Okay, so let's wait for a few seconds. In the AWS, this whole process is faster and better. Now you can stop this agent, you can start the agent, you can see the status of agent. So now if I see the status of agent, here it's running, I can stop the agent here and it's not running, and see that it's not running, and I can start the agent also and you see it's running. Clear the screen and running. Now this agent within a few seconds, this will start sending data to the Datadog. Okay. So now this is done, guys. It was so simple, and that's the reason I said everyone loves Datadog because of these other reasons. Okay. So now what are the things I should run additionally? So yes, you have to run additionally few commands, and those commands I have given it somewhere here. Where is that? Here. So this is the CentOS, correct? And this command I have given it to you here. Okay. So after running this command, you start this, stop this, the restarted status, which you have seen this. Then you'll say, Rajesh, I want to see the logs of Datadog agent. Where do I see it? I think you should run this command. And here you have a log. Agent log, process agent log, trace agent. If you see that here, have process table, Datadog, and see that here agent is running and all stuff like that. This is the YAML file locations. Okay, so now these are the processes you will see under this. These are the uh, process agent. So if you search for agent, then it will be giving you the right searches. See here. So this is the one process agent and also traces. Now you will see where is a configuration files. This is the location. More command. If each command I share with you, just do it a little care. So this is the app ID, and for me it's US5. For you it will be only this one, I think. See here, different region and all. So this is the configuration file actually. Very important. You have to work on it. Now these are the logs. You should check this out. And some of the additional commands which I want you to run it. So this config check, which will check your configuration, which is Datadog configuration is good or not. And here you see that anything which you enable in the configuration file, CPU check is enabled by default. I did not do anything. Disk, file handle, IO, load, and memory check. Everything was enabled by default. You can enable it more check, but this is the one. You want to check the configurations for it. So here, see, this is a configuration file of yours. Whatever you have enabled or disabled, whatever it is, you will have it. And here you want to check the health of the agent, then this is the command. And 16 components right now is integrated and health is okay for the agent. You want to know the host name of it. Host name is this one. And you want to know the version of agent using this command. So this is the tutorial for each and everything what you should do and get started. Are you comfortable with this so far? All of you?
Sure. Yeah.
This is
Okay, the
again
same steps need to
installations
be
of
followed
having.
for all the machines.
One by one question.
Go ahead,
The step
Anuj.
that we are following here needs to be followed on all the 7 machines.
No. Each one of us will get one machine of Linux and then one machine of Windows. So I have got my machines. You will get also your machines also.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay. So now what to do? Can we validate the whether agent is sending the data or not? I've not checked that. So can I go and log into the Datadog? So where to go? So guys, here under this infrastructure here, and you see the infrastructure list. Okay, get comfortable. Slowly you'll get comfortable. Here you have a watchdog, events, dashboard, infrastructure, monitors, metrics exploration, integration. So slowly we'll, in the next 5 days, we'll explore each and every options. But right now, infrastructure list, because we are doing infra monitoring now. So I have only one agent. Now I see that agent is there and CPU utilization, RAM utilizations and all. I'll click on it. I'll spend time because your job is to understand each and everything here. So here you see that, okay, these are the host info, some of the tags, some of the system information from this. Now matrices are coming or not, click on it. CPU is coming. Process, here you see, if you scroll down, you will see more matrices here. Okay, containers is not enabled. I'll do that in the next session. Process monitoring is not enabled. I'll do in this session only. Network for these machines, logs not enabled, traces not enabled, security not enabled. So here we just did installations of agent. You have all the data. If you're not liking this UI, go for the next UI, which is a host specific UI designed for you. See here. So this is the CPU, memory, load average, and all other metrics which you are considering. Are you understanding, all of you? If you think it's for 1 hour data, you want 5 minutes data, here it is. If you want 1 day data, here it is. You want 1 month data, here it is. So this is the way you can check this out. Are you understanding, all of you?
The script which we ran on the server configured everything, and also it configured the connection between the server and the Datadog web UI.
So the moment you run the agent, automatically start forwarding the data. I hope you remember that last discussion.
But how it comes to know that username and login credentials on this web server page?
That's what I said, no? So you don't have to have a user. This should be the valid one. So agent talk to the API of,
So this authentication is with the key, particular DT
yeah,
underscore API
and
key.
this key is dedicated to your account of Datadog. So they knows that this is your key, and they will place the data on your account actually.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So these are two thing is important. This is the region and this is the key. So for you, all of you, the region is different. For me, it's a different, and this is the key. So each key will have a different, each region will have a different key. So one key will not work for the other regions. So that is why. Okay, so that is a one thing which I showed you. I believe all of you have understood that. Any confusion so far? Okay, great.
Just a question like how much log retention it has? Like
Log retentions again depends on your subscription. You can set this up, and
okay,
based on that, this is app chargeable applicable per GB they will charge. So it's not like how much you want, how much you can pay for it, and how many days you want. That is important.
so what is the maximum days like we can set up the retention?
I need to check that data. So
Okay.
I can check in front of you. Just a second, some pop-up is on my screen, which is really annoying. It should go up. It's gone. So Datadog, and again, retention period is different for different things. So Datadog retention period for infra metrics. Okay. So the one which I'm showing you the data. So its default is 15 days,
Okay.
and you can discuss with them and increase that also. So each on retention period, you can set it up that increase process retentions and all. So you can do that very well.
Do we
Okay.
mention the means size of any log file or not?
I repeat, I'm not doing the monitoring of log files. Remember that we have a infra monitoring first. That means we'll collect the matrices, and then second phase will collect the logs, and third phase will collect the trace. Then fourth phase synthetic and RAM, and then we'll discuss about the dashboarding and alerting. So right now the focus is matrices, not a log.
Okay.
Okay, so guys, this is the one. Now I told you I will also ask you. I will enable the process monitoring. So if you go to infra here, infra list here, and click on this, and if you see that process monitoring which is here is not enabled, and then now you have a tutorials for it also, but anyways I'm here, so I'll teach you this one. So no agent is reporting. So what you need to do, nothing great you have to do. There is a one file which is called Datadog YAML file. You need to go and check enable one thing. What thing? Process enable true, that's all. So here this is the tutorial for it. You have to go to this file, Datadog YAML file, and there is a process underscore config file. You have to make it enable true. That's all you have to do that. And after that, this is the Linux, this is the Windows, and restart the agent, and that's all. So if you think, okay, how many space you have to give it? So here there should not be any space. Here 2 space, and there's a 4 space. I repeat, this is a YAML file. You have to respect the rule of YAML file. So practice will make you perfect in this. So no space, 2 space, 3 space in this only, and you have everything. How do you see that process monitoring is enabled or not? You can go to infra processes and see that if it is coming. So can I do that? So I will go to configuration file which I showed you. So etc Datadog agent, Datadog YAML file. This is the file. Now I will go, it's a pretty long file. You have to have a little patience, go through that, I understand that, and you have to modify this file. I don't have a patience, so I'll just search for process underscore config. Okay, and it will take me to that place, and here you have options to enable the process collections. So can I do one thing? So let me delete this one, and this should be 2 place here, 1 and 2. Don't use the tab, YAML hate tabs, and here everything should be deleted, and 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space. So here no space, 2 space, 4 space. And now one thing you will forget, that is to make true. So please remember that, true. Okay, so I did it. Process monitoring is done. Now I'm going to, before starting, I want to show you something. So Datadog, okay, hyphen agent status. And here you see that right now process monitoring, process endpoint, and process monitoring is not enabled here. If you see that, you can check the status. So you can search for it also if you don't like reading. You have to have a little patience working with it. So grep process, and you see here enabled false and all stuff like that. So now I'm going to restart this. So how do we restart? All the commands we have been shared. So restart systemctl data dog hyphen agent restart, enter. I,
So Rajesh, do you have any way to check the syntax error as well?
yes, we have a command for that. You have a command for config, so you can check this. Data dog agent, enter, and you see the status. Okay, done. And I'll check the config. So Datadog agent config. Here this is the config, and see that grep process. And did you see that process somewhere? Here it is. Now you know it should be showing the entry below that, but if you run this command, it will not show you. So I have one command which will help you to see that, and that is uh, that is uh, in this I had mentioned, maybe I'm just checking, and let me check my last one. It's a grep also. This is a very simple command, and that is I'm not able to look it, no problem. So grep display lines and befores and after. So this one options which we have, and I always forget this options, and that is this one. Okay, so now you can see that some lines before and after. Here it is. And now see here process config enabled, it is false. So I think it's not taken that configurations. I have modified the files for sure. So it takes some time to update. So etc Datadog agent, Datadog YAML, and grep. This is a process config. Let me go for more, grep this one, and add this option, and more options 3, 4, 7. So if you see that here is enabled true, but in the config check it's showing false, so automatically it should be corrected. So that's there. Now you can also check the Datadog -agent and config check this command, and you see that process config here, if you see, okay, is enabled true. So here you have enabled true, everything's good, great, and true. Now what to do? So can we go and validate that at the Datadog website and see here, refresh this UI. You don't have to refresh though, but sometime see here, all the process is coming now. So that means it's enabled now. So you are getting the all the basic metric of Linux and all the processes which you are running. Two things I got it. And upcoming sessions I'll teach you containers also, logs also, traces also, and so on. Are you understanding so far?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so now what I will do something similar. I'll do something similar for something similar for Windows also. So let's get started. So first thing, this is my Windows machines. Okay, I'm going to log in. So I think I don't have a password. So I will ask a password to Windows. Hey Windows, give me my password. And my Windows is somewhere here. Yeah. So here, this is the machines I'm going to use it. Refresh. I'll give you the password. Connect. Get a password. PPK file, same one which you can use it. PM file, sorry. PPK and PM both I'll give it to you. So then you can use it. So keys and PM file. So guys, this is my password. So username, this is the one. Administrator and password. So you have got it. This is the IP address. So let's use the remote desktop. Here it is. Please focus on the demo, guys. You have to do that. And here, from my side, I have not blocked anything. So what is username? Administrator. What is the password? This is the one I'll share with you. Now, this is the Windows 2019, I guess, if I'm not wrong. Okay. So this is the Windows machines which you have it for the lab. Now what you will do, I think Windows will be very easy for you, but only thing, many times we rush to complete the steps without reading, so people get stuck. So you see my screen, and after that you will be a little slow also while doing the demo. So this is the Windows machines. Guys, first thing what we should do, we should disable the internet security. Remember that this is the 2019 server edition. So internet security will be pretty high. So what to do? So go to the server manager, and here it is, and disable the internet security. Now we'll say, Rajesh, I might not remember the steps. Don't worry about that. Screenshot is attached to the my tutorial, so we can refer that. So here, and local server, and here IE enhanced security configuration. It's on. I have to disable it. It's not good practice, but why I am doing it, because I want to download the some files in this server, and if you don't disable it, it will not allow you to do that. So that is a problem. So okay. So now I'll go to the Datadog here. Again, I go to the infrastructure list, or here agent, and this time my target area is Windows machines. Correct? So now you know that from now onwards, you know that what to do. So here is a Windows machine. Guys, select the keys. If you don't select the keys, you have to later manually feed it. And here, This is the step 1 to 5. Many people say, Rajesh, I don't want an interactive way. I want the command line way. So if you scroll a little bit downside, here you have command line, here you have a PowerShell. So all these commands are there, but I am showing you manual ways so that way you understand. Are you comfortable so far? Don't rush, read each and everything and do it. Make sense, guys, all of you?
Yes, yes.
So here I'm going to copy this link for the installer, because if I copy in my laptop, I'll have to upload to there, but I don't want to do that. I'll just copy this and in the browser, just paste it and download the executable. It's a MSI file. I don't think you will face any time problem installing the MSI, because we've been doing this one from last more than 10 years or 15 years since colleges. So this is the installation activities or download activities for Windows. So guys, I have downloaded, of course it will be in the download folder. So just go to the download folder. This is the one, just double click and installer widgets will get started. Remember that any Windows version which you are using, steps will be something similar. Next, now accept the agreement, next, and here where you want to install it, let it be default. Next, what is your key? And this is where I'm going to ask a key, and from here I'll copy this key. Okay, be careful while copying the key, it will save your time. And done. Now where is your region? For you this is the region, but for me, can you please help me which one I should select?
5.
5. For me it's a 5, not for you, remember that. And then next and install. Okay, it will take few seconds of installing it. Meanwhile, what I'll do, I'll get you comfortable with the documents which I have created for you, and uh, that is this one. No, this one, Windows. So let me log into these machines. Here you have all the step-by-step screenshots which you can do that. So see here you are unchecking that. Here you are giving the key, and you are selecting the right region and then finish. After that, this I told you, right, in while discussing the agent. In agent, UI of the agent is enabled by default. The port number is 5002. So that way you can access localhost 5002 and you can interact through the UI. That means it's a browser. But yeah, command line is much more simpler for me. These are the process which will be running for the Datadog. And finally, where is the datadog.yaml? So guys, this location will be C programs data. Mind it, programs data directory under the C is not visible by default. So how to make it visible? This option, this screen, which will help you. After that, you have a datadog.yaml file in this location. Mind it, all the screenshot is shared, and here you have everything. This is the file which you want to modify and restart it. So this is something which you have to do and finish. You want to launch this manager, remember the port number, and here is your UI for agent. Now I would request you to spend some time here. You have a general, all this command I have run already in the Linux. Something similar you can get in the UI also. Status, collector, list of collectors which is enabled for you. Here these are the collectors. Here you have a logs for the agent which is under the in Linux we had a var logs. Settings of your YAML file, some of the check which you want to check, which are the check is enabled by default. You can enable more check also, and check summary. These are the check summary. You can send the flare to the Datadog or restart the agent. What I want to do that, I want to enable the process monitoring in my Windows also. So before that, I would like to show you on Datadog, did we have this data coming or not? So go to the infrastructure list here, and do you have Windows? It's not coming. Let me check the services is running or not. So go to the Windows services.msc services. Where is that? It is this one. I think that is on. So we'll check for the Datadog whether it's running or not. And if I see it, this is the one, this is the one, this is the one. So all these are running actually. So everything's great. That means it will take few seconds of time. So I will just go to Windows machine, refresh it, just wait for it, and done. So let's wait for a few more seconds.
I
And
think one service was stopped.
is it
Datadog System Pro is there.
status general? See, connected to agent, so it's running perfectly fine. You can see the logs also, bottom section you can browse, and here you see if there is error. So info is okay, everything is okay. If there is an error, then that's a point of concern. So right now you see is starting the Datadog agent and then feature detected from the environment. So I don't see there is any error so far, and so all are info and so on. So Windows again, this is the most recent logs you see. Keep refreshing this page and so on. So now everything is okay. I should just wait for a few more seconds, refresh it. And now 2 hours. Okay, so one more thing I can do that. I can send the flare. So, but for that ticket ID and all, so I don't want to debug that way. So let me check. So maximum what I can do, because there's no problem. Let me see here. See, the agent information is okay, system information is okay, and here host name. I'll check the fail check, no fail check. I will check the API and see here. This is also important thing. My API key is valid. Okay. So, and here log agent is not running because I'm not running the logs monitoring. So everything is correct. Just wait for 2 seconds. Mm,
So in the services section, it has one service that is stopped. So is this related to that, or
in the services, which one?
yeah, one dat- Datadog
So
Pro?
Datadog probe करके there is a service.
That's a probe, that's not required. So important thing is this one, process trace. This is probe for the troubleshooting, flare.
Oh,
So right now I can maximum do restart this. Okay, that's maximum because everything is correct. I am not seeing the logs also with errors. So just wait for a few seconds. See here, not agent, not connected to agent. So now wait for a few seconds. It's starting the services. And now let's check this out. Here connected to events. So I'll see that one more time the logs, most recent log, any error has come. There's no error. Let me load it more and everything is cool. There's no problem. So let me refresh for a few more seconds. Change. So let me pause the recording. Comfortable. So here there is a file directory. There should be one directory which should be programs data, which is not visible. So what to do in this to see that visible files? So go to here, view, options, view, don't show hidden files, and extension also apply. Okay. So now this is the program data. Here is the Datadog. This is the file we should check. So I just open up this with editor, some editor. Maybe Notepad will be okay for me. And here I'm checking maximum this one and this one. So this so same thing. Let me map this with my this one 86 dot dot dot. Let me match this. So copy, and it's the same thing actually. So everything is correct. This is also correct. Rest of the things we don't have to look at it right now. And Process monitoring I am not enabled, so I'll do that after some time. Just wait for a second. And now refresh. It's very strange. Okay, so we'll wait for, there's no other stuff which we have. The last option which is remaining here, because everything is correct. Last option which is remaining here is talking to uh, uh, this one. What is it?
We can try to reboot the
Okay, wait. There's some
Windows.
problem. Not agent to. There's some problem here. Now it's corrected. Let me see the logs. So I restarted that one using the UI. One more time I restarted. And now should be okay. And let me check one more time. This is valid, this is valid. Nothing you can do that. So let me check the firewall also. When firewall, though I don't think so this should be any problem, but I'm just checking. And turn on Windows firewall, though it's incoming connections. I don't think so there'll be any problem with that. Incoming connections. Okay, so let me see that. I mean, I don't think so this will impact, but yeah. Refresh. It should come immediately actually. What I will do, one more thing I can do is I can change the keys also. So
Are packets allowed at AWS EC2 instance outbound packet side?
yeah, everything is correct. Let me ping my machines from outside. Command ping is correct. Outgoing is also allowed. So there's no issues as such. I believe there's a new account of Datadog I created. And one more thing I would like to tell you, the amount, the user ID which the email ID which I used, it's not exist actually. So I believe that could be the one issue, but yeah, we'll see that. And now it's come. Stuff it. So it has taken more than I think 5 minutes, I guess, right? Yeah. So this is the Windows machine. And now you see that everything is same. Now I'm going to enable the process monitoring. Are you able to see my screen, guys, all of you?
Yes.
So let's follow
Please
the
start
same.
the recording once again.
I think, yeah, I started already.
Okay, thank you.
So go to the my Windows machines, go to the Datadog YAML file, modify this with Notepad or Notepad++, and here this manually I'll modify this file. Be careful while manually modifications. So process monitoring, where is that? So it's a hell lot of options you have actually. So everything you can enable and disable using this file, and you need to have a build a proper understanding of it. Learn little bit of YAML file also, and I don't have more patience to scroll up. So I'll just go and search for it. Process underscore config. Enter. Here it is. So I'll just clean this line and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and make it true and save this guy. And you know that restart this agent. It will take few seconds. Now I don't think so it should take more time. Maybe first time it has taken to detect. So agent should be started. Wait for a few seconds more and done. Now I'll just go for out of Windows. So minimize this, refresh a little bit, though refresh automatically happens. And here is the Windows. It will come for sure. You can check the status here. Agent is working, check the logs here. This is the UI, so this is a fun actually, but practice with the command line, that will be easier for you. So everything is okay, no error, no warnings and also like that. And setting also you can check that what is enabled, what is not enabled. So you can search for process underscore config. I'm not able to search downside. Maybe this browser is not supported. Let's check the collector. And here CPU, disk, IO, memory, and uptime when process. Here it is. So it's enabled, and finally you have it here. Understood all of you now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So